Hello and welcome to Drunk on Tea. While opening my kitchen cupboard, I came across a jar of Marmite, the great British condiment loved by many, and looking at the dark brown, almost black jar with a yellow lid, I was inspired to come up with a colour scheme for a Space Marine chapter. This spread is very divisive, even in the UK. Its own advertiser used to say how you love it or hate it, and people who hate it really hate it. Forget the Kiwi imitation Marmite or the Australian Vegemite, which although is nice, isn't a patch on the original. I'm taking a quintessential British cupboard staple and showing that you can get inspiration for an army's colour scheme from just about anywhere. The first thing I've done is prime the Mini black. This will give me a nice smooth, even base coat for the rest of my paints to work from. First, with Rhinox hide, I'm going to paint all of the power armour. It's going to take a couple of layers to build up to a solid coat all over the armour, but by keeping my paint nice and thin and applying 2 or 3 layers, I'll build up to a solid coverage all over. I'm leaving the helmet at this stage as I will paint this another colour later, but I'm not worrying about being too neat with this paint, and if I get paint over areas that I don't want to be dark brown, I'll just be painting them over later anyway. The Rhinox hide is going to give me my main colour for this model. Although Marmite looks black in the jar, it's actually a very dark brown. Marmite is an interesting food that if you keep stirring it or mixing it, it gets lighter and lighter, eventually turning white. On toast, it also mixes with the melting butter and turns a lighter brown, which I will hint at later with highlights, but for now I'm applying a few layers of Rhinox hide to give the armour that really dark brown look of Marmite straight from the jar. After a couple of layers, I've got a solid coat of Rhinox hide. Next, with Corvus black, I'm carefully painting all of the exposed areas to the undersuit. I'm trying to avoid painting over any of the Rhinox hide and just catching the ribbed sections of the undersuit. The black is like the Marmite in the jar, just a thick black syrup that is waiting to punch you in the face with its taste. As well as the undersuit, I'm also painting any straps or cables on the model with Corvus black as well. And I'm painting all of the bolt rifle with a layer of Corvus black too. Being careful around the armour, but not worrying if I paint areas that will be painted with metallics later. I'm just making sure that I catch all of the bolt rifle with black. With the black painted, it's time to add a pop of colour to the Marine. With Avalanche Sunset, I'm painting the trim on the shoulder pads, being careful to avoid painting into the actual shoulder pads and just carefully catching the trim with a couple of layers of Avalanche Sunset. I'm also painting the Aquila on his chest, making sure I get a solid layer of yellow all over the feathers. I'm trying to avoid any overspill, but if I do make a mistake, I'll tidy up afterwards with some Rhinox hide again. I'm also catching the Aquila on the bolt rifle with Avalanche Sunset as well. And I'm painting the helmet yellow too. This will give the impression of the yellow lid to the jar and add some brightness to the model. And with the yellow painted, it's really added a pop of colour to the Mini. Now with Mephiston red, I'm picking out a couple of details. I'm painting the belt red. Yellow and red are the colours of the label on the jar, so this red will look a little bit like the branding across the middle. I'm also painting the skull in the middle of the Aquila as well. This will just keep the chest looking similar to the colour to the design on the jar. With the red painted, there is just one more base coat left to apply, and that's some lead belcher to paint the metallics. I'm carefully painting all the metallic areas on the gun, like the muzzle to the weapon, being careful to avoid painting over the black casing. And I'm also painting any other details, like the magazine, pistol grip, and any additional detailing on the weapon. I'm making sure I paint all of these with lead belcher. Finally, I'm painting all of the vents on the backpack as well. So there are these 4 here at the bottom, and I'm catching the 2 at the top with some lead belcher as well. With all the base coats applied, the next step will be to shade the Mini. I'm starting off with Nuln Oil, and the first thing I'm doing is a pin shade into all of the recesses of the power armour. Using the tip of my brush, I'm carefully sinking a bit of Nuln Oil into every recess and around the edges of every detail. This will darken down these areas and add some contrast and definition to the power armour. There are a lot of details to shade this way, so make sure you check all over the model so you don't miss any. Although pin shading can take a while, it is a lot quicker than applying an all-over shade and then having to paint back over large areas to bring the power armour back to its original colour, and with a bit of practice you'll soon get a lot quicker at pin shading. If at any point you come in too heavy with the shade, you can wick it up straight away with a dry brush, or wait for the paint to dry and then paint back over it with some Rhinoxide, but these shade lines should be as crisp and smooth as you can make them. I'm also applying an all-over shade of Nuln Oil to all of the bolt rifle, catching the black and the metallics with this. I'm also carefully shading all the areas of the undersuit, being careful not to overspill and get this onto the armour. I'll catch the straps as well, and any other metallic areas. I'll shade all of these with Nuln Oil. And next, with Agrax Earthshade, I'm applying another pin shade to the helmet. Like with the armour, I'm carefully catching all of the recesses and edges to details to add some definition. I'm also applying an all-over shade to the belt and the Aquila on his chest and rifle. I'm using Agrax Earthshade for these, so the brown colour will tie the yellow into the armour and keep that Marmite theme throughout the model. If you're enjoying the video, please press like. If you want more videos, press the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. And if you'd like to support the channel, please become a member by pressing the join button down below or joining me over on Patreon. Now the shades have dried, you can see they've added definition to the Space Marine. Next, with Mournfang Brown, it's time to highlight the armour. I'm applying this as an edge highlight to all of the panels of the power armour. I'm keeping these highlights as thin as I can, but making sure I catch the edges of every panel and raise detail with a thin highlight of Mournfang Brown. Like with the pin shade, this step will take a while, and double check the model to make sure you catch every edge, but it really is worth taking that time. The shade and highlight work together really well to bring out all of the features of the Mini and really give the model that distinctive Space Marine look. The Mournfang Brown works really well here. Being a bit lighter than the Rhinoxide, it has almost the perfect colour for Marmite that's mixed with a little bit of butter on some toast to lighten it up. Although this is just a little bit of fun, the colour scheme actually looks quite good so far and could work as a chapter of Space Marines. So let me know in the comments, what would you call this Marmite inspired chapter? I'm really taking my time with these highlights. I'm making sure I keep an even pressure on my brush and that just the tip is making contact, so I get even edge highlights across all of the power armour. With the edge highlight applied, you can see that it's really made those details stand out. Now with Scrag Brown, I'm applying a spot highlight to any of the sharpest corners on the armour. The Scrag Brown is just a little bit lighter than the Mournfang Brown, and applying these small spots to the sharpest corners will give the impression of light catching these spots. You don't have to go too heavy with these highlights, just look around the model and pick a few spots to apply these highlights. It will add just a bit more definition and interest to the Mini, but without taking away from the look I've already achieved with my edge highlights. With the power armour highlighted, next I'm highlighting the black, and I'm using Dawnstone for this. For the undersuit, I'm catching the very tops of the ridges with a thin highlight of Dawnstone. By keeping these lines nice and thin, we'll add some extra detail to the undersuit, but without making it look too bright. I'm also catching any details on the straps with thin highlights of grey. And I'm applying an edge highlight to the edges of all the black details on the bolt rifle, once again keeping this nice and small and just using the very tip of my brush to make sure I get thin, even lines at the edges of all of the details. And with the black highlighted, this model's really starting to come together. Now with Flash Gets Yellow, I'm highlighting the edges to the shoulder trim. I'm using the side of my brush for this, running along the very sharp edges of the trim. This way I get a really easy straight lines running along the very edges of that shoulder trim. I'm also catching all of the details on the helmet with a thin edge highlight, much like with the power armor, making sure I use the tip of my brush to keep these highlights even as I catch every detail on the helmet. The helmet is a focal point to the Mini, so it's worth taking the extra time to make sure these are as neat as possible. If you come in too thick, you can wait for the paint to dry and then tidy up again with some Avalanche Sunset. And I'm highlighting all of the feathers on the Aquila. I want to keep these highlights as small as possible, just catching the very tips of the feathers so some of the Avalanche Sunset still shows through and leaving the shade in the recesses. This will work together to give a really nice looking chest detail. And with the yellow highlighted, next I'm moving on to the red. And I'll be using Wild Rider Red for this. I'm catching the very top and bottom of the belt with a really thin edge highlight. This will brighten up the belt a little bit and add an extra bit of detailing to the centre of the Mini. And I'm catching all of the raised details on the Aquila's skull with Wild Rider Red as well. Now that the red's highlighted, next I'm going to paint the eyes. So first with Mephiston Red, I'm carefully sinking some of this paint into the lenses for the eyes, being careful to not overspill, but making sure I coat all of the eye lenses with some Mephiston Red. The red eyes are in keeping with the Marmite label of red over yellow and keeping in with the theme of the Mini. Now with some Wild Rider Red, I'm painting a thin line at the bottom of the eye lenses. This will give the impression of a light coming from the eyes with a darker top and lighter bottom. I'm being very careful with this line, keeping it nice and small and just painting a thin line at the very bottom of the eye lenses. And finally, with some white scar, I'm adding a small spot of light at the very back of the eye lenses. This white is also the final colour on the Marmite label, as the branding is Marmite written in white over the red on the label, so I've made sure I use all of the colours from the jar. With the eyes painted, there is just one final highlight left to apply to this Space Marine. With Stormhost Silver, I'm going to highlight the metallics. I'm catching the sharpest edges to any metal details, like the barrel of the rifle and the magazine housing. This will give the impression of light catching these areas and reflecting off. As always, keep the highlights nice and small and just catch the sharpest points. I'm also catching the edges to the vents on the backpack as well, with a thin edge highlight of Stormhost Silver. And with that highlight applied, that is my Marmite inspired Marine complete. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this scheme on a Space Marine? Would you try it? And also, do you like Marmite? And if you haven't had it, would you want to try some? So thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And happy painting.